Hello guys, today we're gonna study the first conditional and future time clauses plus when, until, etc. So first of all, we need to know the formula of the first conditional so we can build a good sentence, okay, a good grammatical sentence. So we're gonna use if plus simple present. We need to put a comma if we're going to begin with if. Will or won't if we're going to make a positive or negative consequence, plus the base form of the verb. Okay, so when do we talk or how do we use the first conditional? It says we use it to talk about a possible future situation and its consequence. We have three main points that help us to build a good first conditional sentences. We use present tense after if in a first conditional. For example, if you work hard, comma, you will pass your exam. Number 2 says we can use an imperative instead of the will clause. For example, remember that an imperative is an order, okay? And I'm going to give you an example for number 2. It says, come and see us next week if you have time. Number 3, it says, we can use unless or instead of if, not in conditional sentence. And I'm going to give you an example. It says, Allison won't get into college unless she gets good grades. Or you can also say, I won't go unless you go too. Okay? So now, let's pass to the future time clauses. It says, when do we use it? Or how do we use it? Or when? We use present tense after when, as soon as, until, before, and after to talk about the future. And I'm going to give you some examples. It says, as soon as you get your test scores, call me. Okay, we're using as soon as. Okay, now another example. It says, we will have dinner when your father gets home. Okay, so we're using when your father gets home. Next example, it says, I won't go to bed until you come home. We're using until. Okay? Now, next example says, I will have a quick lunch before I leave. So we're using before. So you're talking, you're doing something and you're not going to do another action in the future unless you do something first. I don't know if I explained myself. Now, another example says, after I graduate from college, I'll probably take a year off and travel. So, we're using after, okay? After I graduate from college, I will probably take a year off and travel. So, we're using after. So, guys, that's it for this explanation of the grammar first conditional. If you have any doubts or questions about this topic, please let me know. Send me a message, and I will try to respond to you immediately. Thank you.